Welcome to part two of the. I don't know what the name of the last episode was, but this is part two, and let's continue. I was talking to. I'm not gonna do the whole fucking introduction, so or I'm gonna do it. Welcome to the Salah podcast. This is Salah, and welcome to a new episode. This is not really a fucking podcast. It's like just a bunch series of videos. But hopefully in the future we gonna make it more as a podcast. But now we are just enjoying the fact that we are here on the platform on YouTube. And thank you so much to YouTube to give me the opportunity to share my feelings and have an outlet with the rest of the world, and outlet to do whatever the fuck I want, and uh, really my enjoy my me being on the platform without doing so much effort, because I'm really busy. My life is fucking crazy. Not that much. Sure, there is people but are busier than me, but they still doing it on YouTube. But I see doctors, I see lawyers on YouTube, I see people like judges. But I'm just like saying YouTube is not a priority now for the moment, but thank you so much. It's a priority, but not really at the same time. It's like number 4 or 5. Oh my fucking god! Did you hear? I told you on the last fucking episode. It's I am on the street waiting for the train, so it's not weird. I'm not in a fucking room or whatever. But let's jump back, and I'm gonna keep doing the subscribe, like, and share before you start, and comment whatever the fuck you want, and follow me on Instagram. It's Salah Nouiri, all platforms, TikTok, Twitter. I don't give a fuck really about Twitter, Facebook. I don't give a fuck about Facebook, but whatever you like. I now my platform number one is Instagram. My platform number two, my platform number one for real, it's YouTube. My favorite, but like as engaging, how many content, how much content I do every day or whatever. Number one is Instagram, is Insta. Number two is TikTok, and number three is YouTube. And I don't give a shit about the rest of them, but you are free. Facebook is like just I'm doing it just like because for old time's sake, and to connect with friends or whatever. Old, really old friends, because the friends from 2 3 years ago, or even 5 years ago, whatever, high school friends, uni friends, old uni friends, whatever, they are all on fucking Instagram or WhatsApp. I'm not making content for WhatsApp, but I used to I used to do stories on WhatsApp like 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago, I mean 2 years ago. So I was talking to a friend. I'm gonna continue the story of the last video. I was talking to a friend here in Spain, and he was saying like he has everything. He has Facebook. He has he has Netflix. He has HBO, and he has like Disney Plus. He has everything. He has like all the platforms of streaming and watching shit. But I thought about it for a minute, and I said to him, "Do you have Hulu?" And then I understood that Hulu is not really a big deal outside of the States. I don't have any relationship with the States. Uh, Solo only. I am a fan, and that's it. That's it. So I am a fan of the pop culture. I am a fan of everything. So Hulu has a lot of shit that I love. Not when I say culture, I mean movie and series and everything they send and they make available for the rest of the world. So when I say like I'm really fan of the US, I'm not fan of the politics for a long time. A little bit of the politics, like the system of the politics, not the people or whatever. Some of the people, sure. Some I'm fan of some of the cities, I'm fan some of the people, and I'm fan of the culture in general. The series, like sometimes when I search for series, I make sure that I don't like, and I'm fan of the. It's a little bit weird, but I'm fan of the language also. I prefer talking to an American. Uh, I prefer using the international American English than the international British English because it's a little bit harder for me. Excuse my language, but it's a little bit hard of me. Excuse me, and I'm sorry for saying that, but uh, I find it really hard understanding the because we learned because the international is the same like Spanish. The Spanish from the South America and Latin word, the Latin word is more famous than the Spanish from Spain, which is weird. Not really, but kind of. It's not like fact. Yes, it's more famous, but I am sure, based on my opinion and based on my living situation, learning situation, living in Spain and learning words internationally from the internet or whatever. When I mean international, I mean on the fucking internet because it's. I'm not saying I went to every country of the world and I asked them. I imagine myself doing a channel in Spanish, but I don't imagine myself succeeding on that channel or gaining any fucking respect here on the ground. But I don't know. I'm really gonna do it because just see my fucking English from 2 years ago. How bad was it? Not how bad, how normal, how basic, and how not good was it? And I managed to keep doing that shit for 2 years, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm really proud of the journey, bro, because I'm still on it. I didn't do anything, but now I don't. Nobody can like question me. That boy doesn't speak English because I did it, and I'm still doing it. The same is gonna happen in Spanish, but the problem with Spanish that, for example, I live in Spain. The people that I see on daily basis, they speak Spanish. Not like when I go to the people that are close to me in Morocco, they take like a long time to figure out that I'm doing a channel or whatever. Unless I share the links directly with them or whatever, they can't fucking find. They find it, but it's a little bit like when I say fucking like in English. Even if somebody understand, like when I say you're son of a bitch, or when I say, I know YouTube are like saying what the fuck, YouTube like hates swearing, but we are already deep in it. I can't just from now change the future of the channel and the algorithm or whatever. I can't make it like friendly starting from now. So I should probably, for my own sake, for my best, from the good, uh, for my good. So when I say, for example, like when I don't feel it as bad, I never cursed on my Arabic channel. One time, one small time, and was a mistake, and was like close to freaking fucking wasn't like that bad. If somebody is not like really rewatching the video every time, he won't like find out the 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 part when I said freaking and the part when I said fucking. It's just an example. It's not exactly the word, but that's what I'm saying. So it is what it is, bro. And it's really early now. So excuse if I do any mistake. So let's get back to it. When uh, when I'm gonna start, if I'm gonna start a channel here in Spain or a Spanish channel. So that because Spanish is not Spain, like English is not the States or the UK. uh, Spanish is Latin, the Latin one, and everybody around the world does understand Spanish and looking for content in Spanish. I was in Morocco and I was consuming La Casa de Papel and I was de Papel. Now I have to start pronunciation La Casa. We used to say La Casa de Papel back in Morocco, but it's really La Casa de Papel, which is really different. That's what I used to say. Or Money Heist in English. And I watched this shit back in 2018, which is I wasn't I back then. My French was my English was and my Spanish was zero, like zero, really. So when if and I did a Spanish channel. It's not really for Spanish people, but everybody just wants to consume this content all over the fucking world, obviously. But for example, I used to think that swearing is really normal. It's really normal in Spain, but it's a little bit like, for example, you can swear, but with your friends, like with your friends or colleagues or whatever. That's really normal. But if I go to the Ayuntamiento, which is like City Hall, and started swearing, that's gonna be really bad. It's okay. It's not really that bad. It's not like swearing in Morocco, which is, or in Arabic countries. But it's not really that okay. Like, it's a little bit weird, gonna be. One time I was in a station, back in the train station, and one cleaning lady, two cleaning ladies were in the toilet cleaning the toilet, and people were in the hall, like in the lounge when people wait for the train or wait for the time or whatever. And one 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 cleaning lady swore used a cursing word or bad word or swearing or whatever, a fucking word that it's not okay to say. It's okay, but my professor used it in a fucking university, but it's a little bit weird. And she said it to her friend inside their job, but the people from the hall heard them, and one woman was really like upset, was shocked, and I'm sure the word is really used because one time I used the cursing word like shit or whatever in Spanish. I used it with a professor. We were talking outside of the class, of course, between us, and I was because he used swearing words than me. Everybody used them. One professor, for example, because back in like first semester I didn't use to understand everything. Now I understand like 90%, 95% of the classes. So back then, one professor, I think he didn't swear, but one time he was like upset. He was talking about something. You don't need like a real reason. Just he was like upset about something and wanted, excuse me, I'm gonna drink water for a moment. The professor was was mad, was angry about something, and he said like sons of a bitches or whatever. He said something that if you say it in Morocco, I'm sure they're probably gonna cancel the fuck up of you. I'm not really cancel you, but we used to really enjoy like when the professor cursed, because when the teacher back in high school curses or middle school, because they do it really once every fucking year or whatever, in special occasion when he's really or she is really mad, which is like really fucking weird. One time my professor, somebody wrote something in the wall, which is a bad word, cursing word. Somebody wrote a cursing word back in the back on the wall, and the professor in front of us took like a sponge, dry something to clean the word, the chalk from the wall. And she didn't say the word, we didn't say the word, somebody outside of our group and our teacher and our like teaching studying situation wrote it on the fucking wall. But the process, even her cleaning was a little bit weird. We couldn't talk about it. Her cleaning the cursing. So if I remember correctly, I'm gonna name this fucking the cursing words uh, importance or shocking, something like that, between the cultures, the Arabic and foreign, whatever, something like that. Cursing, it has to be. So uh, here in Spanish, in Spain, I'm gonna curse. For example, if I do a YouTube video. Uh, Back in I don't know how long ago I did a video like in 2020 I think, and I cursed a lot because I was really angry. And somebody wrote, don't use fuck as much. Who gives a fuck if I use fuck as much? If I wanna fucking use fuck, if I wanna fucking curse on my fucking video, who cares? Who fucking cares? He was giving me advice, and the advice was, don't use cursing words, don't fuck as much as you. What the fuck, bro? I don't understand the reason he did it. I don't understand, like, it's really weird because we are either like cursing or not cursing. And cursing is like a state of of feelings. And when I'm really fucked up, my life is, but the time was I'm sorry, I don't wanna curse myself, but I don't wanna jinx myself, but I'm doing a little bit okay now, so it's okay. So back there was a back from some back, this accent is fucked up. So back in back back I don't know how to say it correctly. Back in 2020 I did a couple of videos that were like a little bit. I was really down, and I used some cursing words. So fuck you. If you don't wanna fucking listen to the video, don't. I know you probably thinks or thought that you spoke English better than me back in high school or whatever. I'm not saying that I speak English better than you, but I understand the importance of cursing. I understand the importance of saying whatever you want and however you feel. English is like a feeling language, like how you feel. And if I feel like fuck, like saying fuck, I'm gonna say it. So back to the Kardashian thing. Because I love speaking about a lot of shit, but I really hate when I start speaking about something but I don't complete it. Back to before the Kardashian, I'm gonna say, hopefully when I start this Spanish channel that I'm gonna start, I succeed hopefully first, but two, second, I hope that my Spanish, even if the vocabulary or the words weren't so complicated, I hope, just don't make. I hope that would not make mistakes, like grammatical mistakes, because that's fucking weird. Because when I listen to my videos from 2 years ago, I know that I was worse, but also I feel like bro, I feel like how the fuck can I say it in a correctly? I feel weird, like somebody hurt me for a little bit. Somebody like put a knife on my skin and took it really fast. Like when I hear myself saying something bad, and I'm sure as long as I'm living in this country, my spine is gonna fucking get better day after day. Not in the summer, obviously, but after the summer, my spine is gonna keep going better. So I hope that I don't make. I don't care if that shit, the alarm. I don't I don't want that. Uh, I told you that I'm fucking early. I'm outside of the street even before I'm outside on the street even before my fucking alarm. So you're gonna keep hearing alarms every 5 minutes or whatever because I can't stop it unless I'm stopping the video, so I don't want to stop the video until the video gets stopped. So in between, some fucking copyright for some fucking some copper some empresa, some company that don't give a fuck about me. So because I'm not saying they don't give a fuck about me as a person, but because I don't make enough money of YouTube. I don't make any money of YouTube, so I don't care if I should start making ads on, not ads, like public publicity on my TikTok to my channel on YouTube. I'm not sure if the people gonna go from TikTok to Instagram, but even if one person goes, that's better for me. Show people uh, more, that's better. So I hope that I don't make mistakes in my Spanish videos in my future Spanish. I probably should wait until like next season when I start speaking more in September, when I have like when I come back to school, so I start speaking more Spanish, so I like keep up with the level like back in 1 month ago or whatever. I met my English friend for coffee or something, but because I was more meeting more people in Spanish, meeting more Spanish people back then, I couldn't speak to him in English correctly for a few days, for a few hours or whatever. I was like more Spanish because he lives in Spain. He understands Spanish. He growed up, grow, he grew up. He grew, he grew. He lived in Spain back in his uh, young days, so he speaks Spanish really good. He speaks Spanish. He is basically a Spanish, half English, half Spanish person. So uh, when I spoke to him in Spanish, he don't give a fuck if I spoke to him in Spanish or English. But I prefer I back at the time, at the moment, I spoke Spanish better than English. At that because I used like to hang out with my Spanish friends or my Hispanohablante, like speaking speaking Spanish speaking people more. So that's good. That's really good. So probably I should wait until next season. I mean next scholar season, academic season, like next September, in 2 months or whatever, to start doing English really good, really good Spanish videos. I started watching the Kardashians to keep up with the culture because everybody was talking about this and this and this and the Kardashian is really I didn't know them. I know Kim Kardashian, but I didn't know the rest. I'm probably Kylie Jenner, but I didn't know the rest of the. I didn't know her either by face, just name or whatever. I didn't know the family really good, and now I'm getting to know them, and I enjoy spending a little bit of hours every now and then, not hours, minutes with them every couple of, I don't know, they're gonna make like season, I don't know, 10 episode season or whatever, so in general like 5 hours or whatever, and a little bit of interviews now and there. That's good, that's really good, like knowing the culture, because I'm not just I'm not like saying, oh, just watch them to trash them or whatever, because some people like things directly bad things. They follow the Kardashians online, but when somebody speak about the Kardashians, they say that if you have like more than 250 followers, you are a fucking genius. Million, I mean, 250 million followers. Doesn't matter how the fuck did you do it. Even 1 million, even 1k, 100k or whatever. Something, something is really going on if somebody has that talent enough to get that. At some point, it's not just hard news. It's not just news. It's like challenge. It's not just like being. Uh, what I mean, I respect the fuck out of the Kardashians, and I wish I will continue watching them, and even if I don't respect them anymore, because sometimes from now to then some people say some shit about them, and even the divorce and everything and whatever, you should be Team Kanye or Team Kim Kardashian, Kim K, Kanye West, or whatever. You have to choose. I'm just joking. You don't really have to choose. It's fucking. You are not a property, so that you have to be only fan of one after the divorce. And the fact because I'm really a big fan of comedy, and I watch Joe Rogan and I don't know Andrew Santino, uh, Bobby Lee, everybody. I watch a lot of podcasts and I listen to a lot of podcasts about I mean comedians and everything. The fact that she is a dating a comedian now really like special and made me like feel a little bit weird about not weird, more interested to the cause and to the watching the Kardashians. So that was really like special. And speaking about the Kardashians, I made this weird. I couldn't like really speak about them correctly, but uh, uh, what can I say? I watch like I watch specials on platforms. I watch YouTube videos, clips. I watch podcasts on Spotify and on YouTube. So I'm really invested in the world of comedy, but it made me like a little bit lazy. Why? Because they are already famous and they started made a podcast. So the the podcasts maybe made them really more interesting, and more. Maybe more famous even in the era of the internet and YouTube and Spotify and everything. Maybe the podcast made them really like famous. I'm talking about the comedians in general, but or the artists or the but they may. I think what I wanna say like the difference between somebody vlogging and Will Smith vlogging, or some big artist, The Rock or whatever vlogging. Like if you already have a career and started a podcast, it's like a guarantee that the podcast is gonna do well. There's difference between well 200 millions deal with Spotify, well the Joe Rogan podcast, or 100,000 100k views, or 1k views, or 20k or 90k, I don't million on YouTube. Not money, I mean not dollars, but I mean like views. There is a little bit of success, but like every fucking podcast is working, like is really gonna make it. If you have already a career on Instagram or whatever, even somebody that started his podcast or her podcast, but they already like they didn't have like a really good start on the podcast or on the career, but after the career like gets off and the podcast at the same time uh, like on a parallel way the podcast like get famous. So why I'm saying this, if I'm not famous my podcast can never be successful. That's the question, bro. If I'm really me, like just a fucking boring story with a lot of shit to say, because my shit sometimes is more interesting than some other shit, some other people shit. But th- but those people are already like famous on some level. So what can you say? Are they more interesting than me? And I just think that I do something sometimes interesting, or are they really better than me, but I can't feel it because of my ego or whatever. Because sometimes I listen to some random podcast forever. A few months ago, I'm not gonna say the name because it's a little bit weird, but a few months ago I started like listening to a podcast called, I don't know how to say it, but I'm not gonna say it because I said I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna say some bad shit about it. A podcast to learn Spanish. So there are a lot, so you're never gonna know. And this guy kind of today, at least today, inspired me to do this podcast because he goes out on walks sometimes. He's really second. The internet is his second act. Like he has 50 years old, or he's 50 years old or whatever, and he is from Spain. It means like the accent that I'm gonna learn listening to him for months and months. I listened to every fucking podcast he's. Yeah, I didn't watch every video of his because sometimes the videos are fucking boring sometimes, his videos, but the podcasts sometimes are boring, but sometimes you don't expect what the fuck he's gonna talk about, so you keep tuning in, and the podcast you can say pause and go do whatever the fuck you want and go back. I used to listen to it on walks, going to school, going back to school, going to do shopping, whatever. It took me like months to listen to it all. Like I listened to more than 5 years worth of podcasts, and it helped a lot of my Spanish. But uh, one of the things that I learned to do is like listen to podcasts only in the language that you wanna learn, not like going, because there are like really good, very good podcasts, better than his, but are in two languages. Like they told you, ah, say I have done this, you, for example, I'm going to school. Voy a la escuela. They say it in two languages, but I don't wanna. When I wanna speak, when I wanna listen to Spanish, when I am in the mood to learn and do some other shit at the same time, I don't wanna waste time speaking English or listening to English. I wanna directly go to the fucking. Your podcast can be. It's just moods, and this his podcast is really famous on in the community of Spanish learners from English, because I used to do I'm not gonna say it. So I used to do some meetings, Zoom meetings online to learn Spanish, and I'm not I don't want to give the details because sometimes they are boring, but maybe we're gonna speak about it. We're gonna talk about it in a very long podcast in the future. The people that speak English, or how to say it correctly, people like me, when they do a search online, they do it in English. Not really English people, they can be or they cannot be, but European people, African people, North African people, North American people, uh, Asian people, when they wanna speak Spanish, for example, they go online and write something and say something about like how to learn Spanish. They don't say cómo aprender español in Spanish, because, or they don't say كيف أتكلم الإسبانية in Arabic. Or they don't say comment je peux apprendre l'espagnol. They don't say it in French. They don't say it in English. They don't say it, I mean, in Spanish or in Arabic in whatever. كيفاش نتعلم اسبانيولية، كيفاش نتعلم اسبانيا in Moroccan in Moroccan Arabic. They don't say that. They go and search shit. They go and search shit in English. So that's really not that fucking weird, because when you search something in some language, you find answers close enough to the language that you are learning. When I started learning Spanish, I started learning it not in Arabic, in English. But when I watch series or whatever, I watch them with subtitles in English, in Arabic. I mean, that's still can I can't still. Now I am in a level when I can watch English shit, but Spanish shit, I can watch it on YouTube without subtitles. But I prefer series because they have like flow and they have a story. I don't wanna mess up with the story, so I listen to the shit in English. In I listen. I see. I see it. I the the voice. There is no dubbing. The voice is in Spanish, but the subtitles are in Arabic. It's the easy way to do this shit. So, people, I love doing these conversations. I die for them. I know that 0% of the people like gonna stay here, but I take it like a really responsible shit because maybe down the line some people gonna wanna watch this shit, and I prefer if I can do. And before finishing, uh, this is Pride Month, or last month was Pride Month, and I wanna say like big up and support to the all LGBTQ community. I love you so much and I respect you, and live free, love who the fuck you want, and do whatever the fuck you want, and you are who you are because you are who you are. uh, don't give a fuck about whatever other cultures say, said or saying or whatever. uh, I feel for you, I love you, and be who you are and do whatever you are, and do whatever you want and love whoever you want. I'm not gonna tell you what the fuck are you gonna do. I'm just gonna respect you from far away and say big up, and pride, Pride Month, hashtag LGBTQ community, hashtag pride. And the month of June, it's my birthday month and it's your month, and I'm proud to share a month with you. And now I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. So, ah, I really love, man. I have the dream of being famous and people go back and watch this shit. This is why I really like give it a big. I don't like. I know for the moment people not gonna watch like a 40 or minutes audio of me, but people watch. I watch like 3 hours videos of Joe Rogan from 10 years ago, 11 years ago, from tw- 2011, 2012. So it's not about like when or where. I'm not saying I'm Joe Rogan, and I'm not saying I'm gonna be famous someday as much or at the same level of Joe Rogan, but what I'm saying exactly that people can dream, and I love doing these long videos because this is what I do, and this is what I, I probably spoke in the last hour or 2 hours more than I spoke in the last week, 2 weeks. I don't know. So I really love you so much, and thank you because the video was so fucking awesome. Love you people, and I I thank you because the video, and I'm sorry, and I'm gonna change the slogan. I'm gonna start saying thank you because the video was so fucking. Thank you for watching the video. That was so fucking awesome. Love you so much. Salah, the Salah podcast on Instagram, the Salah podcast wherever, wherever and whenever. There is like more than 30, 40 videos available for you to watch. So just watch, like, and subscribe. And I love you so much. And thank you for watching. Salah Sennouiri on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Uh, if you understand Arabic or Moroccan Arabic, you can check out the Salah Nouiri Arabic on YouTube and the Salah podcast on Instagram. It's a really fucking interesting account on Instagram. And see you soon. I have to run. I really love to win this, but I have to go. Love you. Mwah. A kiss from me to you, and have a good night.